Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Megan, and today is another round of Megan's Game of TBR. If you aren't aware of what this game is, it is a game that I based off of the Game of Life, in which I build my TBR for the month based on prompts or spins I do. It's also a way in which I can keep track of how many books I'm buying versus how many books I'm reading. I am going to do, and I explain this in the footage as you'll see, a solution in which when I get to the retirement stage, if I have completed all my prompts up to that point, I can go towards Millionaire Mansion and buy one extra book. And if I did not, I will go towards I think it's Countryside Acres, and I won't be able to buy an extra book. But here was last month's TBR stack: Stranger Things, The Other Side, A Curse So Dark and Lonely, A Heart So Fierce and Broken, Send Me Their Souls, House of Dragons, and Fruits Basket Volume 11. I have read all of these except for House of Dragons, and then I'm about halfway through Send Me Their Souls, so I do plan to finish all this. It's currently the 17th, so I still have over half the month to go, and I'm feeling pretty confident about that. These two will be my priority up to the end of the month, so definitely feeling confident about that, and I'm going to count it as complete for when I get to the retirement stage. So without further ado, let's get into the spins. As you can see, we are getting pretty close to retirement here. So I have decided, because with the Game of Life, you have to accumulate the life cards and money and everything based on which retirement house you can go to. I'm going to do kind of the same thing. So as you know, this is also a way for me to kind of keep track of how much I'm buying versus how much I'm reading. And if I complete all the prompts leading up to retirement, I will get to go to Millionaire Mansion. And if I don't, I'll go to Countryside Acres. The benefit of going to Millionaire Mansion is I get to buy one extra book, and I will do a book shopping vlog so you guys can see what I'm purchasing. All right, 9. 1, 2, 3. And we get a yellow. Sounds pretty typical with how we usually start these games. Maybe if I can grab it. Genre you need to read more of. Oh, that one might be a little bit tough. Spin number 1 was for a genre you need to read more of, and for that I really would like to get into adult romance more, and for this I'm going to do Well Met by Jen DeLuca. This is a adult romance from an enemies to lovers perspective, but also somewhat fake dating, I think. Essentially, it's a Renaissance fair, and there are two people who really dislike each other, but the characters they portray at this Renaissance fair like each other. So it's like they don't realize that they're them. It's just really cute. I'm so ready to read this one. I've heard such good things, and I cannot wait to pick it up. And then I also have Well Played by Jen DeLuca, which is the companion / sequel novel to Well Met, and I'm excited to pick that one up hopefully in May. All right, spin number 2 is obviously going to lead us right to retirement. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and go there. That way we can get started over. But for retirement, I did end up finishing all of my prompts. So I'm gonna go to Millionaire Mansion, and you guys get to see a come book shopping with me vlog. So woohoo! And I get one extra book. Now we're gonna head back to the beginning. As always, right is red and black is left. So let's find out which way we're going. Right, that's right, so we're going on the college path. Anthony, come here.
Yeah.
Pick a card for me.
This one.
All right, what's my college career? A vet.
Ooh.
All right, let's see.
Perfect, because you deal with animals.
Yes. So I do actually have a spreadsheet that breaks down what each of the actual life cards means. So vet will be something about an animal, real or not real. So that makes sense. All right, we'll have to find something with an animal in it. The next spin was for vet, or a book portraying elements of an animal, and that could be real or fantastical. For this, I am going again with that Fruits Basket manga novel series, because that is a series in which Toru Honda is taken in by some of her classmates who are possessed by vengeful Chinese zodiac spirits. And of course, the Chinese zodiac spirits are different animals. So we've got the rat, the cat, the horse, the rooster, so on and so forth. and I will be reading volume 16 for that. I have not currently received volume 16 from the library, so I'm using volume 11 in its place, but I will have read up to volume 15 by the end of the month, and am hoping to do volume 16 for my April TBR. Spin number 3, we're gonna get started on our college career path. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are on yellow, as always. Book that has been on my TBR the longest. Spin number 3 was for the book on your TBR the longest, and I'm kind of tweaking this one a little bit because it's my game, I get to make up the rules, but I don't know which of my books has actually been on my TBR the longest, so I'm going to go with the book that I have said multiple times in multiple TBRs for quite some time, so the one that I have mentioned the most and have not gotten to yet. And this was actually on my 2020 TBR, so I think I talked about this clear back in January or February of 2020, so this has definitely been on my TBR for quite some time. It is The Heir by Kiara Cass, which is the 4th book in the Selection series, so it goes to Selection, The Elite, The One, which is our main trilogy following America, and then there's the Happily Ever After short story Bind Up, which is characters from that original trilogy, and then The Heir and The Crown, I believe, are following America's children. So I am eager to pick this one up so I can be one step closer to finishing the Selection series finally. Spin number 4. 9. Ah! Oh, looky there. A yellow. Never seen those before. Mood read. Alright. So this will actually not be decided during the actual TBR. I'll just pick in the month. Number 4 is mood read, which is hard to talk about like half a month ahead of time. So I'm gonna mention some options I might happen to choose at the time, but we won't know until either in the next game of TBR or the April wrap up on what I actually chose, because it's a mood read. I obviously can't pick now. I have to wait until April to see how, or I have to wait until April to see what mood I'm in. But some books I might pick from are The Crown, which is the final book of the Selection series. I could do We Hunt the Flame. This has been on my TBR for a while, and I've talked about it several times. I really want to get to that one. I have From Blood and Ash, Daughter of the Siren Queen. I'd like to get to the next book in the Star Wars series. I believe I'll be at Master and Apprentice by the point in which April comes. There might be a book box book I really want to read. There's so many options, so I can't really get into which one is going to be the mood read. So stay tuned for the next game of TBR to find out what I pick. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll be in a huge slump and just do a graphic novel to get through the month, because March has been quite a slump for me, which you'll see in my TBR. I'm still doing pretty well, but it's definitely a slump compared to January and February. Spin number 5. 1. Read a book between 300 and 350 pages. Spin number 5 was for a book between 300 and 350 pages. For this, I'm going to go with The Kingdom by Jess Rothenberg. This is a sci-fi / dystopian novel about an amusement park where there are princesses or something along those lines, like cyborg princess twins, or I don't even know. It just sounds really cool. I believe this is a standalone and or part of a duology. It's a very short series from what I remember, and it is 335 pages, so it fits between that 300 and 350 requirement. And spin number 5. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pink. An Enchantment of Ravens. Alright. Finally, for spin number 6, as you saw, I drew a card and I got An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. This is the story of an artist who is hired to paint a fae prince, and she paints emotion in his eyes, which is like forbidden, so it has something to do with that, I'm pretty sure. I haven't gone too much into the synopsis, but yeah, I'm very excited to get to this one. Margaret Rogerson also wrote Sorcery of Thorns, which happens to be one of my favorite all-time books. Last but not least, the final book I would like to pick up in April for the TBR sake is Six of Crows for my Grishaverse read-along, of course. This is very exciting because Six of Crows is probably my all-time favorite book if I had to choose just one. It is the one that got me back into reading to begin with. So I'm very excited to get back into this world and relive my favorite characters and plot and just everything. I'm ecstatic to get into this. So here is my TBR for April. Plus whatever my mood read ends up being. It does look quite manageable, which is exciting because I think I went a little bit too heavy on last month's TBR. I think I overexerted my efforts or something like that and just put myself in a slump for March. So I think this is a lot more manageable for April, and I'm very excited to get to all of these books, honestly. So that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll check in with you in my next one. Bye, friends!